हेलो दोस्तों, कैसे हो सब। आई होप आपकी पढ़ाई अच्छे से चल रही होगी। वेलकम बैक टू शॉर्ट नोट्स कंपेनियन पार्ट 3 ऑफ हीट ट्रांसफर शॉर्ट नोट्स। इस पार्ट में हम देखेंगे फर्स्ट थर्मल कन्वेक्शन एंड सेकंड टॉपिक रहेगा हमारा थर्मल रेडिएशन। अगर आप इन टॉपिक्स की क्विक रिवीजन चाहते हैं तो एंड तक जरूर देखिए।
जो लोग मुझे नहीं जानते, मैं हूँ तेजस बेले, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर यूईसी उज्जैन। आई एम पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट फ्रॉम आईआईटी बॉम्बे। आई हैव सिक्योर्ड AIR 467 इन गेट 2020 फ्रॉम मैकेनिकल। अगर आपको मेरे वीडियोस पसंद आते हो तो प्लीज लाइक करिए, शेयर करिए एंड सब्सक्राइब करिए और बेल आइकन जरूर दबाइए।
सो विदाउट एनी फर्दर डिले लेट्स बिगिन। स्टार्ट करते हैं बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स के साथ। What is thermal convection? When a fluid such as air or a liquid is heated and then travels away from the source, it carries the thermal energy along. This type of heat transfer is called convection. At the molecular level, the molecule expands upon the introduction of the thermal energy, becomes less dense and rises, as you can see in this picture. This rising and descending of the fluid causes convection current. Space heater is a very good example of it. This diagram represents how is the velocity distribution and temperature distribution of fluid during convection. In one line, we can define thermal convection as heat energy transferred between a surface and a moving fluid with different temperatures is known as convection. Convection broadly classified into two types. First is forced or assisted convection, in which fluid is forced to flow over the hot body. It requires external force such as pump or a fan. As you can see in this picture, you can observe the temperature distribution varies from surface temperature to free stream temperature, and heat flux varies from leading edge to trailing edge. Heat decreases along the length of the hot body. Second type is natural or free convection. This type of convection will occur when the fluid is coming in contact with the hot body without having any external force. This happens due to buoyancy force occurring due to density differences. Here you can see the temperature distribution, and fluid will always flow in upward direction. For an example, we can observe this heated vertical wall where fluid flow again is upward due to convection heat transfer. Same for horizontal plate, where downside is heated, the fluid is crossing the plate sidewise and going upwards. This will happen when the heated body is introduced in stationary fluid. Now for both the convections, governing law is Newton's law of cooling, which is Q is equal to HA Ts minus T infinity. Usually the value of H is found out by conducting various experiments. Typical standard values for convective heat transfer is, for free convection, gases is having 2 to 20, liquids is having 50 to 1000, and for forced convection, gases having 25 to 300, and for liquids 100 to 10,000. And for convection with phase change, boiling or condensation, it is very high, about 2500 to 1 lakh. Next हम देखते हैं important dimensionless number जो हम थर्मल कन्वेक्शन में यूज करते हैं उसको एनालाइज करने के लिए। तो सबसे पहला है रेनॉल्ड्स नंबर। इट इज द रेशियो ऑफ inertia force upon viscous force, and it can be written as rho v L upon mu or v into L upon nu. Mu is kinematic viscosity, mu upon rho, and Reynolds number signifies whether the flow is laminar or turbulent. Then next is Nusselt number. Nusselt number is ratio of convective heat transfer upon conductive heat transfer, which can be written as HL upon K, and it signifies whether the enhancement of heat transfer due to convection as compared to conduction. अगला है प्रांटल नंबर, जो होता है रेशियो मोमेंटम डिफ्यूजिविटी अपॉन थर्मल डिफ्यूजिविटी, म्यू सीपी अपॉन के, और ये हमें बताता है कि थिकनेस ऑफ थर्मल बाउंड्री लेयर कितनी है एज कंपेयर टू वेलोसिटी बाउंड्री लेयर. इट आल्सो टेल्स अस अबाउट टाइप ऑफ फ्लूइड बिकॉज इट इज अ प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ फ्लूइड. नेक्स्ट नंबर है ग्राशॉफ्स नंबर, जो है रेशियो ऑफ buoyancy force upon viscous force, and it can be written as G beta delta T L cube upon nu square, where nu is again kinematic viscosity, and its significance is it is associated with buoyancy driven flow, and it is used in flow analysis of natural convection. Next Rayleigh number. Rayleigh number है product of Grashof number into Prandtl number, and it tells us whether the flow is laminar or turbulent in case of natural convection. Sixth है Stanton number. It is the ratio of convective heat transfer upon heat capacity of the fluid, जो कि हम लिख सकते हैं Nusselt number upon product of Reynolds number into Prandtl number, H upon rho v Cp, और इसका सिग्निफिकेंस है कि ये हम फोर्स कन्वेक्शन हीट ट्रांसफर में कैलकुलेशन में यूज करते हैं। पेकलेट नंबर है प्रोडक्ट ऑफ रेनॉल्ड्स नंबर इनटू प्रांड्ल नंबर, और ये भी हम फोर्स कन्वेक्शन में कैलकुलेशन में यूज करते हैं कई जगह। बेसिकली एम्पेरिकल रिलेशंस में ये यूज होता है। अगर आपको मेरा काम पसंद आ रहा है और ये वीडियो यूजफुल लग रहा है तो प्लीज अपने दोस्तों के साथ शेयर कीजिए, और अगर आपने अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और कमेंट करके मुझे जरूर बताना कि आपको ये वीडियो कैसा लगा। यू कैन ऑल्सो फॉलो अस ऑन फेसबुक फॉर लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स। नेक्स्ट हम देखते हैं थोड़ा सा कॉन्सेप्चुअल। जब भी कोई फ्लूइड हीटेड प्लेट के कांटेक्ट में आता है तो वो स्टेशनरी हो जाता है उस पॉइंट पे, उस सरफेस ऑफ कांटेक्ट पे, दैट इज y = 0। उस पॉइंट पे जो कंडक्शन होगा, एक्चुअली स्टेशनरी हो जाता है तो उसमें कंडक्शन होता है और वो कन्वेक्टिव हीट ट्रांसफर के बराबर होता है। तो उसे हम लिख सकते हैं Q कंडक्शन = Q कन्वेक्शन व्हिच इज -kf dAs dt/dy at y = 0 = hx dAs × ΔT। अगर इसको हम रीअरेंज कर दे तो हमें मिलता है हीट ट्रांसफर कोएफिशिएंट एट x = -kf dt/dy at y = 0/ΔT। अगर हमें टेम्परेचर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन दिया है तो हम नसेल्ट नंबर निकाल सकते हैं बाय डिफरेंशिएटिंग इट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू y एंड पुटिंग y = 0, देन वी गेट नसेल्ट नंबर = dt/dy at y = 0/ΔT/L। और ये ध्यान में रखना, नसेल्ट नंबर की वैल्यू हमेशा 1 या फिर उससे ज्यादा होगी। नसेल्ट नंबर को हम लिख सकते हैं जैसे कि हमने पहले देखा HL/kf। ये h को फाइंड करके हम कन्वेक्टिव हीट ट्रांसफर रेट निकाल सकते हैं HAS Ts - T∞। Ts जो है वो सरफेस का टेम्परेचर है और T∞ एम्बिएंट जो फ्लूइड फ्लो हो रहा है उसका टेम्परेचर। L इज कैरेक्टरिस्टिक लेंथ एंड फॉर फ्लैट प्लेट इट इज x, फॉर पाइप विद डायमीटर d इट इज d, एंड फॉर रेक्टेंगुलर क्रॉस सेक्शन इट इज 4a/p where a is cross section area and p is weighted perimeter. Here kf is thermal conductivity of flowing fluid. Remember, in next part of video we will consider only k and it will represent the thermal conductivity of flowing fluid only. नेक्स्ट हम शुरू करते हैं फोर्स कन्वेक्शन के साथ, जिसमें कि पहला केस है फोर्स कन्वेक्शन ओवर अ फ्लैट प्लेट। आप ये डायग्राम में इसे ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हो। अगर रेनॉल्ड्स नंबर की वैल्यू 5 × 10⁵ से कम हो तो हम कहेंगे फ्लो इज लैमिनर, एंड फॉर फुली डेवलप्ड लैमिनर फ्लो x critical < L, you can write Nusselt number = hx/k = 0.332 √Rex into Prandtl power 1/3, and average heat transfer coefficient can be found out by using 1/L integration 0 to L hx into dx, where we get average heat transfer coefficient = 2 times HL or hx, and average Nusselt number we can write it as 0.664 √Rel Prandtl number power 1/3. This is the average over full length. Then Prandtl number power 1/3 is equals to velocity boundary layer thickness upon thermal boundary layer thickness, and for Prandtl number is equals to 1, that is for gases, both the boundary layers become same. Now according to Reynolds analogy, Stanton number is equal to Cfx/2 when Prandtl number is equals to 1, and Stanton number into Prandtl number power 2/3 is equals to Cfx/2 by Colburn's analogy when Prandtl number is not equal to 1, and this Cfx is steam friction coefficient. अगर आपने सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो कर दीजिए भाई, बहुत मेहनत से वीडियो बना रहा हूँ। नेक्स्ट हम देखते हैं टर्बुलेंट फ्लो के लिए। If Reynolds number is greater than 6.5 to 7 into 10⁵, then we can say there is turbulent flow, and for fully turbulent flow, that is x critical is very less than L, Nusselt number is equal to 0.029 Re power 0.8 into PR power 1/3, and for transition flow means जब भी रेनॉल्ड्स नंबर लैमिनर और टर्बुलेंट के बीच में होगा तब नसेल्ट नंबर की वैल्यू 0.036 Re power 0.8 minus 870 into PR power 1/3, and turbulent केस में एवरेज heat transfer coefficient is equal to 5/4 into hx. For laminar flow, hx is directly proportional to x power -1/2, and for turbulent, hx is directly proportional to x power -1/5. अभी ये जो सारे पैरामीटर्स हैं, इनको कैलकुलेट करने के लिए हमें प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ फ्लूइड्स की वैल्यू पता होना जरूरी है। उसके लिए हम मीन फिल्म टेम्परेचर यूज करते हैं, जो होता है मीन ऑफ सरफेस टेम्परेचर एंड फ्री स्ट्रीम टेम्परेचर। इस मीन फिल्म टेम्परेचर पे हम फ्लूइड्स की सारी प्रॉपर्टीज की स्टैंडर्ड वैल्यू कंसीडर करते हैं। यहाँ हमने फर्स्ट केस कंप्लीट किया है, अभी केस 2 देखते हैं, फोर्स कन्वेक्शन थ्रू पाइप। सो इन दिस केस, if Reynolds number is less than 2300, then there will be laminar flow, and in this first case is constant wall temperature, means when surface temperature remains constant and fluid temperature is changing from inlet to exit. So in this case, Nusselt number is having constant value of 3.66, and this temperature change of fluid is exponentially distributed, which can be calculated as this formula delta T upon delta Ti is equals to e power minus HAS upon mCp. Now again, if we need to calculate the heat transfer rate, then we can calculate it as HAS delta Tm, where delta Tm is LMTD and it is same as we have seen it in heat exchanger. Now in this second case is constant wall heat flux, where heat flux is constant over the entire tube surface, and for this case Nusselt number value remains constant as 4.36, and in this case LMTD is equals to delta Ti is equals to delta To, as delta T remains constant. If Reynolds number is greater than 4000, then it will be turbulent flow, and for this Nusselt number is equals to 0.023 Re power 0.8 Er power n, where n is 0.4 for heating of fluid and n is equal to 0.3 for cooling of fluid. Now bulk mean temperature of fluid is mean of inlet and exit temperature of fluid, and mean film temperature is surface temperature plus bulk temperature upon 2. Here we can also write Q convective is equals to HAS TS minus T bulk. यहाँ हमारा फोर्स कन्वेक्शन का पार्ट कंप्लीट होता है. नेक्स्ट हम देखते हैं नेचुरल कन्वेक्शन. नेचुरल कन्वेक्शन में फर्स्ट केस है हॉरिजॉन्टल प्लेट का, जिसके लिए नसेल्ट नंबर की वैल्यू होती है 0.54 Ra power 0.25, where Ra is the product of Grashoff's number into Prandtl number, where Grashoff's number is G beta delta T L cube upon mu square, where G is acceleration due to gravity, beta is 1 upon mean film temperature in Kelvin, delta T is Ts minus T infinity, L is characteristic length, and in this natural convection case, L is equals to height for vertical plate or cylinder, L is equals to diameter for horizontal cylinder or sphere, L is equal to area upon perimeter for horizontal plate. Now for vertical plate case, flow will be laminar if Rayleigh's number is in between 10 power 4 to 10 power 9 and Nusselt number is equal to 0.59, Rayleigh's number power 0.25. And for turbulent case, Rayleigh's number should be greater than 10 power 9 and less than 10 power 12. And for this, Nusselt number is equal to 0.13 Ra power 0.3. Now there is one more important dimensionless number, that is Richardson number is equals to Gr upon Re power 2, which tells us type of convective heat transfer. If this number is very greater than 1, then natural convection dominates. If it is very less than 1, then forced convection dominates, and if it is equal to 1, then mixed convection occurs. For hydrodynamic boundary layer, momentum equation will be U dou U upon dou X plus V dou U upon dou Y is equals to nu dou square U upon dou Y square, and energy equation for thermal boundary layer is U dou T upon dou X plus V dou T upon dou Y is equals to alpha dou square T upon dou Y square. And in natural convection, Nusselt number is directly proportional to delta T power m, where m is equal to 0.25 in laminar case and 0.3 in turbulent. Now here we have finished convection part. Next we will start radiation. So what is thermal radiation? Thermal radiation is very different from conduction and convection, as it does not require any material medium. So radiation heat transfer के लिए किसी भी मीडियम की जरूरत नहीं होती. मैक्सवेल सर ने बोला है कि एनर्जी ट्रांसफर जो होती है रेडिएशन में, वो इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव के फॉर्म में होती है, and energy transfer by radiation occurs at speed of light, and best effect we can see it in vacuum. Electromagnetic spectrum is spread over wide range of wavelengths. Thermal radiation occurs in the range of 100 microns to 0.1 microns, which includes infrared, visible and some part of ultraviolet spectrum. So remember, thermal radiation occurs from 0.1 micron to 100 microns. Now this thermal radiation is a direct result of vibrational and rotational motions of molecules, atom and electrons of a. Now it completely depends on temperature, and if temperature is above 1000 degrees Celsius, then radiation will dominate over other heat transfer. Now we will see black body radiation. Now what is black body? ब्लैक बॉडी ऐसी बॉडी है जो परफेक्ट एमिटर है और एब्जॉर्बर है रेडिएशन. सो ब्लैक बॉडी हैज हाईएस्ट कैपेसिटी फॉर रेडिएशन. नाउ black body is a diffused emitter as it emits radiation uniformly in all directions. It also absorbs all incident radiation regardless of wavelength and direction. For quantifying this, Stefan Boltzmann has stated the law that emissive power of black body is directly proportional to the fourth power of temperature of black body. So Eb is equals to sigma T power 4 in watt per meter square, where Eb is black body emissive power and sigma is Stefan Boltzmann constant 5.67 into 10 power minus 8. Sir Planck has stated a law for spectral emissive power of black body, which defined as C1 upon lambda power 5 e power C2 upon lambda t minus 1, where lambda is wavelength and t is temperature, where C1 has value of 3.742 into 10 power 8 and C2 having value of 1.439 into 10 power 4. This expression is valid when medium is vacuum or gas. Now for general medium, C1 can be replaced by C1 upon n square, where n is refractive index for heat transfer medium. So remember this is for vacuum and gases. Next we will see Wein's displacement law, which states that there is one particular wavelength for maximum emissive power for given temperature, which we can define as lambda t is equals to 2898 micrometer Kelvin. So here you can see that for every particular temperature there is one wavelength where we get maximum emissive power. Total black body emissive power can be calculated based on area under the graph of EB lambda versus lambda. So it can be written as emissive power is equal to integration of 0 to infinity EB lambda into d lambda. Now for emissive power between two wavelengths, we can have the range of integration from one wavelength to another wavelength. अभी हम देखते हैं एक important term radiation की, that is emissivity, which is defined as the ratio of radiation emitted by any surface to the radiation emitted by the black body at the same temperature, which can be written as epsilon is equals to E upon EB, where EB is sigma T power 4. Now emissivity is a measure of how closely a surface approximated as a black body. Emissivity is range from 0 to 1, and for black body its value is 1. Here spectral emissivity is defined as spectral emissive power of surface to the spectral emissive power of black body. ग्रे बॉडी ऐसी बॉडी है जिसकी प्रॉपर्टीज इंडिपेंडेंट होती है वेवलेंथ से और उसकी एमिसिविटी हमेशा कांस्टेंट रहती है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एनी वेवलेंथ. नाउ दिस एमिसिविटी इज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग फंक्शन ऑफ टेम्परेचर. Diffuse body is a body whose properties are independent of direction. Now we will see some of the important terms related to radiation, that is G, J, alpha, rho and tau. Now irradiation G is the radiation energy incident on a surface per unit area per unit time. Radiosity J is the summation of the reflected and emitted radiation from the surface per unit area per unit time. With the help of this diagram, you can observe all the terms. Now alpha is absorptivity, which is the ratio of absorbed radiation upon incident radiation. Rho is reflectivity, reflected radiation upon incident radiation. And transmissivity, which is transmitted radiation upon incident radiation. All these values are ranges from 0 to 1. And summation of absorbed, reflected and transmitted radiation is equals to irradiation. And we can say alpha plus rho plus tau is equals to 1. For opaque surface, transmissivity is 0. Thus, alpha plus rho is equals to 1. For black body, absorptivity is equals to 1. Next is Kirchhoff's law, which states that at thermal equilibrium, absorptivity is equals to emissivity. Now Lambert's cosine law gives the relation for incident radiation intensity, which is defined as I is equals to In cos theta, where I is radiation intensity on surface watt per meter square steradian. In is radiation intensity normal to surface and theta is angle of I with normal plane. Now what is solid angle? Omega. It is a 3D angle enclosed by a conical surface at the center of sphere and it is measured in steradian, which can be written as omega is equals to A upon R square steradian, where A is area of receiving body and R is the distance between two bodies. For sphere, omega is 4 pi and for hemisphere, omega is 2 pi steradians. Now we will see total emission among two bodies, which can be defined as E1 to 2 is equals to I A1 cos theta 2 into omega, where I is defined as In cos theta 1. Always remember theta 1 is always equals to theta 2 and A1 is area of emitting surface. For diffuse body, I is equals to In, and for black body, emissive power is equals to pi into In. Now V factor or shape factor, which is very important term and can be written as Fij. It is purely geometric parameter that accounts for the effect of orientation on radiation between surface. F12 means amount of radiation from surface 1 and received by surface 2. For n surfaces, total number of Fij, that is V factors, are n square. Now Fii is V factor between surface and itself. So for plane surface, Fii is equals to 0. For convex surface also, Fii is equals to 0, and for concave surface, it is not equal to 0. Now wave factors have some rules. First rule is reciprocity rule, which can be written as Ai Fij is equals to Aj Fji. Second rule is summation rule, in which summation of Fij is equals to 1, where j varies from 1 to n. Third rule is superposition rule, which is defined as the view factor from surface I to surface j is equal to the sum of view factors from surface I to the parts of surface. So we can write f1 to 2, 3 is equals to f12 plus f13. Its reverse is not true, and for f23 to 1 we have f23 to 1 a2 f21 plus a3 f31 upon a2 plus a. Fourth rule is symmetry rule. If two or more surfaces that possess symmetry about third surface will have identical view factors from that surface. f12 is equal to f13, as you can see in this figure, and its reverse is also true. f21 is equal to f31. For closed triangular duct with sides of wi, wj, wk, fij is defined as wi plus wj minus wk upon 2 wi. We can use cross strings method for irregular surfaces. So we can define Fij is equals to summation of cross strings minus summation of uncrossed strings upon 2 into strings on surface I. For this example, F122 is equals to L5 plus L6 minus L3 plus L4 upon 2L1. If two plates are inclined with common edge, then we can have F122 is equals to 1 minus half of sine alpha, where alpha is the angle between these two plates. Now net radiation heat transfer between two black surfaces 1 and 2 can be defined as Q122 is equals to A1 F12 sigma into T1 power 4 minus T2 power 4, and this 1 upon A1 F12 is called as shape or space resistance. Now we'll see how real surface behave to this radiation heat transfer. So radiosity from surface is equals to emissivity into emissive power plus 1 minus emissivity into irradiation. So net heat transfer from surface I, we can write emissive power minus radiosity upon 1 minus epsilon upon AI epsilon. This term is called as surface resistance, and this surface resistance is absent for black body radiation. For insulated or adiabatic surfaces, the net heat transfer is 0, and this surface is called as re-radiating surfaces, and there is no heat transfer to a radiating surface. To find out net radiation between two surfaces, we can have Qij is equal to difference between radiosities upon Rij, where Rij is shape or space resistance. Now we'll see some of the important cases that asked in exams. First case is small body is enclosed in a large body. Net thermal radiation for this case is Q12 is equal to epsilon bar A1 Eb1 minus Eb2, where epsilon bar is called as equivalent emissivity, and here epsilon is equal to epsilon 1. Second case is infinitely long two parallel plates. For this, F12 is equals to 1 and Q12 is equal to A1 sigma T1 power 4 T2 power 4 upon 1 upon epsilon 1 plus 1 upon epsilon 2 minus 1. Here equivalent emissivity will be 1 upon epsilon 1 plus 1 upon epsilon 2 minus 1. Third case is infinitely long concentric cylinders. For this also, small cylinder to larger cylinder, F12 is equal to 1 and Q12 is equals to A1 sigma T1 power 4 minus T2 power 4 upon 1 upon epsilon 1 plus 1 minus epsilon 2 upon epsilon 2 into R1 upon R2. Fourth case is concentric spheres. Here also F12 is equal to 1, Q12 is equal to A1 sigma T1 power 4 minus T2 power 4 upon 1 upon epsilon 1 plus 1 minus epsilon 2 upon epsilon 2 into R1 upon R2 whole square. In similar way, we can calculate equivalent emissivity. Next, we will see thermal radiation with radiation shields. This is very important topic. Now, we will see two parallel plates with radiation shield in between. For this, Q122 with shield will be A1 sigma T1 power 4 minus T2 power 4 upon 1 upon epsilon 1 plus 1 upon epsilon 2 plus 2 upon epsilon 3 minus 2. Now for N shield, it will be Q12 with N shield is equals to A1 sigma T1 power 4 minus T2 power 4 upon 1 upon epsilon 1 plus 1 upon epsilon 2 plus 2N upon epsilon S, which is the emissivity of shield, minus N plus 1. So this is very important formula. You should remember this. You can apply this formula when all the shields have same emissivity. Now, if all the surfaces of plates and shields are of equal properties, that is, emissivity is same for all, then Q122 with n shield is equal to 1 upon n plus 1 into A1 sigma T1 power 4 minus T2 power 4 upon 1 upon epsilon plus 1 upon epsilon minus 1. That we can write it as 1 upon n plus 1 into Q122 with no shield. We can represent this as a ratio of Q122 with n shield upon Q122 no shield is equals to 1 upon n plus 1. We know emissivity is directly proportional to the temperature of surface and it is inversely proportional to the smoothness of a surface. A selective surface coating is a material with high absorbance and low emittance properties applied on the surface of solar absorbers. Next, we'll see last topic, error in temperature measurement of hot gases by using thermocouple. When we need to measure the hot gases temperature flowing through a duct, we use thermocouple junction. Now, hot gases transfer heat to thermocouple by convection. जैसे जैसे थर्मोकपल का टेम्परेचर बढ़ता है वो रेडिएशन लॉसेस करना चालू कर देता है, तो उसके वजह से क्या होता है, जो मेजर टेम्परेचर है वो हमेशा एक्चुअल टेम्परेचर से कम होता है, जो एक्चुअल गैस का टेम्परेचर है उससे हमेशा कम होता है. तो ये हम कैलकुलेट करते हैं बाय इक्वेटिंग कन्वेक्शन एंड रेडिएशन. सो हियर H Tg minus Tc is equals to epsilon sigma Tc power 4 minus Ts power 4, where Tg minus Tc is called error in thermocouple, Tg is temperature of hot gases, Tc is temperature of hot gases measured by thermocouple, epsilon c is emissivity of thermocouple, and Ts is temperature of surface. So that's it for today. Here we have completed our heat transfer short notes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. Please do like it, share it, and if you are new to our channel, please subscribe Short Notes Companion and join our family so that we could collectively prepare for exam. Next video will be on production engineering, metal cutting. Till then, keep revising, keep practicing, keep studying. Happy studying. Thank you so much.